My name is Drew Land. Welcome to my vlog, equipping you for a meaningful life. Today we start a money series based on my book, The Money Verse. And I want to answer the question, how do I know if I have a problem with money? You know you have a money problem if, firstly, you have a get-rich-quick mentality. I'm at the post office not too long ago, and in front of me is this guy who's scratching his lottery ticket. So I start a conversation with him. How much have you won before? And he says, probably about 500 Rand once, and then I won 200 Rand another time. I said, how long have you been playing? He says, 7 years. So then I ask, how much do you spend and how often do you play? He says, I spend about 20 Rand a week, probably once a week. Then I pull out my cell phone and I open the calculator and I type in 20 times 52 weeks times 7 years. And I show him the figure and it's 7,280 Rand. And then I ask, have you ever won 7,280 Rand? He says, well, no, not even close. And then I said, well, you could have if you had saved that money instead of bought the lottery ticket. If you're constantly thinking, how do I make a quick buck? You might have a problem with money. See, Proverbs 13:11 says this: wealth from get-rich-quick schemes quickly disappears, but wealth from hard work grows. Second sign that you've got a problem with money is if you covet what other people have. See, covetousness is one of those sins that kind of goes under the radar. We don't often talk about it. I mean, pride gets a bleep, murder gets a real big bleep, lust gets a bleep, lying gets a bleep. We know those sins, those are obvious. But covetousness flies under the radar. It goes underestimated, it goes unnoticed, and it goes unchallenged. Ephesians 5:5 says this: but this you know with certainty, that no immoral or impure person or covetous man who is an idolater has an inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. Coveting means you want somebody else's stuff, whether it's his car, his wife, his job, his money. When you covet that thing, you're basically saying that stuff gives him value and I want it to give me value. And the reason the Bible links that to idolatry is because God alone is meant to give us value. And whenever we covet somebody else's stuff, we're saying that is what's going to make me feel important. Sign number 3 that you might have a problem with money is if you can't get out of debt. So I had this guy come and visit me in my office not too long ago, and he tells me, I want to do something big for God. I want to go to another nation. I want to plant a church. And I said, well, fantastic. I said, tell me, how are your finances? He then says, I've got thousands of Rand of debt. I said, buddy, you can't go plant a church in another nation. You got to stay here and work that debt off. How many people cannot go and do the big things that God's calling them to do because they've decided to have debt? You know what Proverbs 22:7 says? It says, the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. When you've got debt, somebody else is your master, not God. That's why God wants you to get out of debt. If any of those 3 problems are yours, then you might need to go over to drewland.org and check out the book, The Money Verse. It might help you. At least subscribe below to this vlog and start getting weekly help. If you want to find me on social media, you can, Facebook, Instagram, please do that. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see if we can't help you make better decisions for a meaningful life.